Dear students, welcome you to session 8 video of the chapter Overheads, Cost and Management Accounting 2nd, 4th semester BCom of Mangalore University. The session 6 is about the primary distribution of overheads, wherein we will prepare a primary distribution summary based on the information given. The following information is supplied from the costing records of a firm. Rent 4,000, maintenance 2,400, depreciation 1,800, lighting 400, insurance 2,000, employees contribution to PF 600, energy 3,600, supervision 6,000. The following additional information is also given: floor space, number of workers, total direct wages, cost of machinery, stock of goods. Prepare a statement showing the apportionment of cost to various departments. Now, primary distribution summary has to be prepared. The different columns are: the first column overheads, the second one is the basis of apportionment, the next column is total, then the different departments P1, P2, P3 and P4. Here in the problem it's not mentioned as to which is the production department and which is the service department. So because that information is not given, now we will not be charging the direct wages. If the information is clearly given as to the service departments are so and so, then we can charge the direct wages to the service departments only. Since it is not given, we are not going to charge the direct wages to any departments here, because we are assuming that all these are production departments only. Now the first step is analyze the different overheads given and also find out the basis of apportionment of different overheads. After analyzing, then we have to determine the ratio of apportionment. Now let us take the first one, rent. Rent is based on the floor space, that area. So here it is given 15, 150, 110, 90 and 50. So we have to prepare a ratio. The ratio is 15:11:9:5. Then we will have to look whether we can simplify the ratio. So in this case we cannot simplify it further. So this is the ratio 15:11:9:5. Now what has to be done is the amount 4,000 rupees, that is the total, has to be written here 4,000. It has to be distributed to the four departments P1, P2, P3 and P4 in the ratio of 15:11:9:5. So what has to be done now? We have to add these items: 15 plus 11 plus 9 plus 5, which is equal to 40. Now the total is 40. Now the first department P1, it will be 4,000 into 15 divided by 40, that is 1,500. For the second department, 4,000 into 11 divided by 40, 1,100. For the third department, 4,000 into 9 divided by 40, 900. For the last department, 4,000 into 5 divided by 40, that is rupees 500. So in this way we are distributing it to the different departments. The next item is maintenance. Maintenance is 2,500. Maintenance will be for the machines. So we have to look whether information about the machinery is given. So here we have the cost of machinery. The cost of machinery is given 12,000, 9,000, 6,000 and 3,000. So the ratio we can frame here 12:9:6:3, which can be further simplified by dividing it by 3. It will be 4:3:2:1. So first you have to write it like this: 12:9:6:3. Then what we'll have to do, whether we have to find out whether we can multiply it with a common factor. Yes, it is possible. We can multiply all these values by common, that is 3. So it will be 12 divided by 3, 9 divided by 3, 6 divided by 3 and 3 divided by 3. So the ratio will be, the simplified ratio will be 4:3:2:1. So 4:3:2:1, the total is 10. So 2,400 will be distributed among the different departments as 2,400 into 4 by 10, 960, 2,400 into 3 by 10, that is 720, 2,400 into 2 by 10, that is 480, 2,400 into 1 by 10, that is 240. The next item is depreciation, 1800. Again, it is based on the cost of machinery. The ratios we have already discussed, that is 4:3:2:1. So 1800 will be distributed to different departments. The next item is lighting. Lighting is rupees 400. Lighting is based on light points. If information is not available, we take the area. So in this case, floor space is given. So lighting will be distributed based on floor space. 15:11:9:5 is the ratio. The total is 40. So amount of 400 will be distributed like this: 400 into 15 divided by 40, 150. 400 into 11 divided by 40, 110. 400 into 9 divided by 40, 90. 400 into 5 divided by 40, that is rupees 50. The next item is insurance, 2000 rupees. Insurance, it may be either for the insurance of stock or insurance of machine. So in this case, we can see the cost of machinery is given as well as the stock of goods. Cost of machinery information was used for other items like maintenance or depreciation. So since the stock of goods value is given, it means that the insurance is for the stock of goods only. So here we have the information 7,500, 4,500 and 3,000. So the ratio we can frame it like this, that is 75:45:30. Again, it can be simplified. How can it be simplified? We can divide it by 15. All the items can be divided by 15. That is 75 divided by 15. That is 5. 45 divided by 15. That is 3. And 30 divided by 15. That is 2. So it will be 5:3:2. So the ratio will be 5:3:2. Framing the ratio is very important. So here you need to look into, that is 7,500, 4,500 and 3,000. So the ratio will be 75:45:30. Again, we need to see whether we can simplify it or not. Yes, it is possible. We have to find out a common factor which can be used to divide all these items. There is 15. Using 15 we can divide it. That is 75 divided by 15. 45 divided by 15 and 30 divided by 15. When you do that, we get it the ratio as, the simplified ratio as 5:3:2. So when the total of the ratio is 10, so 2000 into 5 divided by 10, 2000 into 3 divided by 10, 2000 into 2 divided by 10. That is 400. So here we have the information about insurance. Insurance, the basis of apportionment is stock of goods, assuming that insurance is for the stock of goods. So the ratio is 5:3:2. The next item is it should be employer's contribution. Employer's contribution to PF rupees 600. It is based on the wages. So here we have the information of direct wages. So the direct wages is 8,000, 6,000, 4,000 and 2,000. So the ratio will be 8:6:4:2, which can be further simplified by dividing it by 2. So it will be 4:3:2:1. So 8,000, 6,000, 4,000 and 2,000 are the value of direct wages. So the ratio which we can frame here is 4:3:2:1. So 600 rupees will be divided among the different departments. 600 into 4 divided by 10. 600 into 3 divided by 10, that is 180. 600 into 2 divided by 10, 120. 600 into 1 divided by 10, that is 60. The next item is energy. So energy is used for the machine. So if you have information about the machine, that cost of machinery. So based on the information, energy will be distributed. So the ratio is 4:3:2:1. So again 3,600 into 4 divided by 10, 1,440. 3,600 into 3 divided by 10, 1,080. 3,600 into 2 divided by 10, 720. 3,600 into 1 divided by 10, 360. The next item we have is supervision, that is rupees 6,000. Supervision, the basis is the number of workers. So here we have the number of workers given, that is 24, 16, 12 and 8. Now we have to find a common factor which can divide all these items. So it is 4. So when we divide it by 4, we get it as 6:4:3:2. 6:4:3:2. So this amount can be distributed. 6,000 rupees can be distributed to the different departments on the basis of this ratio. 6:4:3:2, and it will be for P1 it will be 2400, P2 it will be 1600, P3 it will be 1200, and P4 it will be 800. So in this way we have apportioned the different overhead items to the various departments P1, P2, P3 and P4 based on the basis of apportionments which are given, like floor space, number of workers, direct wages, cost of machinery and stock of goods. So in this case we do not have information about the service department, that is why the direct wages are not considered here. And then finally we find the total of the different departments. P1 the total is 8410, P2 it is 5930, P3 it is 4270 and P4 it is 2190, and the total column it is 20800. Dear students, if you have any doubts please do ask me. Thank you.